Welcome back to The Explainer. So if you follow us here at NissCommunicate, you already know we are absolutely obsessed with the mechanics of how a brilliant idea successfully travels from your brain into someone else's. Today, we're unpacking something literally game-changing, the CCC Framework for compelling communication. Okay, let's dive right into this because mastering this framework, it's going to completely revolutionize the way you present your ideas, whether you're in a boardroom, up on a stage, or, just pitching a new concept to your team.
Now, I want you to imagine this scenario. You're pitching something you are deeply passionate about, right? You've got this great idea, you've done all the hard work, but halfway through explaining it, you see it happen. It's the worst. The light just totally leaves their eyes, their expressions kind of drop. You can physically see the people in the room getting hopelessly, irreparably confused. It's incredibly frustrating, isn't it? It is just a physically painful experience to watch an idea you care so much about flatline in real time, all because the message isn't landing.
Well, if that scenario made you cringe even a little bit, I have some truly fantastic news for you. You are not the problem. Seriously, your ideas are perfectly fine, and your intelligence is definitely not the issue. Your structure is. And honestly, this is a massive relief to understand. When an audience gets confused, it's rarely because the concept itself is too difficult for them to grasp. No, it's almost always because the underlying communication structure you're using to deliver that concept is failing you. It's just collapsing under the sheer weight of the information.
So to understand exactly why that collapse happens, we really have to look at what I call the awkward dance of communication. See, we have this incredibly bad habit of rushing headfirst into the dense weeds of our ideas. It's kind of like aggressively dragging someone out onto the dance floor and just busting into the salsa before the music even starts. We just dump information, right? We talk about features, mechanics, data points, way before the other person is even remotely ready to listen. But here's the reality of human psychology. Complex ideas desperately need simplicity to actually resonate with an audience. Therefore, instead of rushing the dance and stepping all over everyone's toes, you need to rely on a structured three-step anchor to really ground your audience before you hit them with all those heavy details.
And this brilliantly illustrates our solution. It really comes down to three simple words: context, core, connect. This right here is a CCC framework, your ultimate three-step anchor. From now on, when you feel that urge to just rush into the weeds of your presentation, I want you to mentally pause. Just take a second and visualize these three words. They are going to be the safety net that ensures your audience stays right there with you, literally hanging on to your every word. So let's see exactly how this builds.
Let's start with the first C, which is context. This is all about giving the why before the what. And guys, this is an absolute necessity. You have to set the scene. Before you ever even mention what your idea actually is or what it does, you have to explain why we're even talking about it in the first place. For example, let's say you're pitching a new piece of software to your team. Don't start with the technical features, start with the context. Say something like, right now, our team is wasting 10 hours a week on manual data entry. Boom, that's the problem, that's the background. If you skip that why and jump straight into the what, your audience is going to feel like they walked into a movie halfway through. They'll be completely lost. Context builds the foundation.
Okay, so once that foundation is laid, we move on to the second C, the core. So the absolutely crucial point here is delivering one main idea, not 5 ideas, not 10 bullet points. One main idea. This is where most people stumble, honestly. They try to pack every single tiny detail into their pitch. But remember what we said, complex ideas need simplicity to resonate. You must distill all of your complex thoughts down to a single, easily digestible core message. Continuing with our software example from earlier, even if your pitch has, say, 20 slides of pure technical jargon, your core needs to be the one undeniable takeaway. It's simply, this new tool saves you a full day of work every single week. Ask yourself, if your audience only remembers one single sentence from your entire presentation, what is that sentence going to be? That is your core. And finally, we reach the last and, honestly, perhaps the most vital step of the whole framework. The third C is connect, which literally means showing why it matters to them. Think about it. You've given them the background with context, you've handed them the main idea with the core, but now you have to explicitly bridge the gap. You cannot just assume your listener will automatically understand how your idea benefits them. You have to connect the dots for them. You have to look them right in the eye and say, and because this new tool saves you a day of work, it means you finally get to go home at 5 p.m. on Fridays instead of staying late to crunch numbers. See how that works? You have to show them exactly why this information matters to them personally, whether it affects their daily life, their stress levels, or their bottom line.
Now this Context Core Connect framework, it is an absolute game changer. But truthfully, it's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to truly mastering your message. If you love the simplicity and the power of this framework today, I really want you to take the next step with us. I actually teach the 3 most powerful communication frameworks in a completely free 2-hour masterclass. You are going to get so much incredible value out of this deeper dive, I promise you. All you have to do is click the link provided in the description to join the masterclass, and let's really level up how you share your ideas with the world. But hey, before you go and click that link, I want to leave you with a quick thought right now. So what is the core of your next big idea? Seriously, think about that presentation you have coming up or that new pitch you've been working on. If you had to strip away all the jargon, all the fluff right this very second, what is that one single undeniable main idea? Find your core, build your context around it, connect it directly to your audience, and just watch how much more compelling your communication becomes. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I will see you in the masterclass.